Man, just really appreciative of the effort of the men, particularly the new guys, whether it's the new veterans that are new to us or the rookies. This is their first exposure to this series, this matchup. I mean, you really got to kind of be a part of it to understand it and appreciate it and be ready to deliver what is required in terms of effort, in terms of fight, attention to detail, et cetera. And so those guys are the new Steelers. I just really appreciate. Obviously, man, it was Steelers-Ravens the way that it usually is, in that it is a hotly contested game. In recent years, it's been controlled by the defenses. It was today. But can't say enough about that significant play by Miles Killebrew. Man, you block a kick in the National Football League, man, you usually win football games. And so obviously that is a significant contribution. Just appreciative of the effort. It's good to go into the bye, man, sitting the top of the North, particularly with all that we've been through. Still very much a group in growth and development. There's a lot out there, obviously, that we didn't like, but that's life in this business as well. Our job is to win, and we got the business done today. TJ has got a finger that's being looked at as we speak. Calvin Austin got evaluated for a concussion but got cleared and was able to return. Larry Ogunjobi got shaken up in some way, but don't have a lot of information about it. We'll have more information the next time we get together.
Mike, the concussion possible for Calvin, was that any reason why he wasn't back on punts? All that started.
That's exactly why he wasn't back there.
Mike, were you guys going for the home run coming out of the huddle at the end of the game, or did it just develop?
It just developed. You know, we knew that they had an appetite for zero coverage in those weighty moments. It presented itself to us, but I don't know that that was our intentions.
Is the coverage today what led to Kenny and George being able to connect so many times?
You know, George had to have a big game. These type of games, hotly contested, a lot of one-on-one matchups. We talked about it throughout the week, man. Oftentimes it comes down to one-on-one playmaking, particularly on the perimeter in the end when things get a little bit tight. And so it was important that we stay engaged for 60 minutes and deliver those timely plays at the end, which he did.
Why'd you go to Porter when you did? And it looked like initially he replaced Levi and then he replaced Peterson, and it's Pat Pete, a sub-package guy now. Porter's
been playing increasingly more with each passing week. I've been really transparent about the inclusion of all the rookies, and oftentimes we start with a good foundational plan in terms of how they participate, and we grow from there. He's done a solid job with the work given, and so today he got more. He did a nice job with the work he was given today.
No turnovers for Kenny. Even when things were frustrating, he didn't get out of himself and make a bad play. Is that kind of what leads him to be able to be in a position to win the game late?
I really think that's kind of been the difference in these games of late. We've done a good job of taking care of the ball, and we've done a good job of getting the ball. All the games have been difficult. The defenses, again, have controlled them in the recent history of the series. But within those games, we've taken care of it, and they haven't, and that's probably why we're having success.
Were you able to open up things a little bit for the running game by some of the early catches that George made in the second half?
You know, we had a commitment to running and throwing it, and stayed committed to those things throughout. And so whether one fed the other or vice versa depends on perspective.
Did you block on with Killebrew, or did he just make a play?
Yes. We had a block on, and he delivered, man. This guy has blocked a lot of kicks in recent years, man. He's got to be tops in the National Football League in that regard. It's been special to be a part of it.
Mike, when you said it's good to be atop the division after all you've been through so far, particularly what, injuries, spotty play?
Loss of significant players and managing some of that. You know, Baltimore had a full complement of players today. We had some significant guys inactive, and so I just appreciate the fight.
Based on Jaylen Warren's performance today, do you foresee him having maybe an expanded role as you go on?
I'm open to all of these guys that play well getting more opportunities, but playing well creates more opportunities for all parties involved.
Mike, what do you attribute the slow start on defense to?
I don't know if it was slow. You know, they got touchdown and the field goal in the first half.
Mike, what is it about this team that allowed them to keep fighting through some of that stuff you didn't like?
They made a commitment throughout the week, the prep, the things that we talked about leading up to the week, that we had to do better in preparation. I felt that. I felt an earnest effort in that regard, and there's football justice.
Coach, your thoughts on how your tight ends played in Freiermuth's absence?
You know, I thought everybody played with heart and fight, but it was required. You know, can't say enough about those guys. Rodney Williams getting an opportunity to elevate and play, and almost getting a touchdown there on the punt block group. Rodney's a guy that's been practicing really hard and well, and I think all the guys were really excited for him in terms of him getting an opportunity.
What happened with that offensive sequence with about a minute left when you guys were in victory formation and then ended up having to kick the field goal? It
got messy. We down offensive linemen and the extras and the reporting as eligible and some of that stuff. I absorb responsibility for any messiness there.
Like, what did you tell the new Steelers you referenced to get ready for this?
You know, some of those guys have been in significant matchups before, so if you went to Alabama or Auburn, I say it's like the Iron Bowl. You know, if you went to Bemidji State, I said it's like Bemidji Mankato. You know what I mean? You're just trying to capture the essence of it for the guys. And most of the guys that went to universities have been a part of some significant rivalries and so forth. And so that's a frame of reference, but make no mistake about it. You got to be a part of it to understand it. And I guarantee you those guys got a better understanding as we sit here today than maybe they did at the front part of the week.
Did you have to look up Bemidji's rival, or did you know that already?
Well, you know, I work for the Vikings, man. I've been out in that part of the world.
All right, thanks, Coach.